Subtitles, listen, keep silent. We need to keep a low profile. After the nurse steps into the elevator, the man says to Mark, "Let's continue our talk tomorrow." Mark found Ricky. He chose not to tell the truth this time. Mark can't meet the federal agent either. At that moment, Roy and his crew knock, asking Ricky to scram. Seeing Mark's expression, Ricky knows something's gone terribly wrong, so he walks out solo and cancels today's meet. Roy says they've got a ton of fingerprints in the car, confirmed to be Mark's. But Ricky's still curious. How did the feds get their hands on those prints? The agent says it's from the nurse's drink for Mark. Did Mark or his mom approve? Newsflash, it's a privacy breach. The blood on Jerome's ring. It's Mark's, not Jerome's. Subtitle, Ricky believes this violates civil rights. He aims to protect Mark. The prosecutor seeks truth, demanding Mark testify. Roy seizes the moment, bringing up Ricky's past hospital stay for drugs and booze. Although Mark's mom might not know this. Talk about a revealing moment. Ricky turns and leaves, then spends the rest of the time grilling Mark, knowing he's hiding secrets. Mark's not happy there. He decides to drop Ricky because he can't stand drunks. Mark bolts back to the hospital, with Ricky chasing after him, but they run smack into a wall of reporters as Mark jumps in Ricky's car and flees, leaving prosecutors worried the mob will find him first. So they decide to ask the court for Mark's surveillance. Ricky goes home, far from the city. Mark's on a mission to get back to the hospital, so he ventures out alone, knowing he's all under his own out there. After what feels like an eternity waiting for a ride, a car finally shows up. But wait, it's not the hospital again, is it? Mark does a quick U-turn and leaves. Then they start chatting, with Ricky insisting Mark shouldn't keep secrets. Subtitles, deep within his heart, Mark harbors a strong hatred for alcoholics, and the court staff have endured considerable pressure over the years. So I tell the court staff how I feel like I'm sneezing on the street. That's when my dad transformed into my ex-husband, folks. Ricky knows Mark is caring for family. Feds will return to find him, so he aims to help and meet Mark's needs. Ricky shares his backstory. He was married to a doctor, working his tail off just to get her through med school. After success, she left for a younger model, leaving Ricky helpless and penniless. He barely ate or slept, constantly worrying about his kids. Eventually, he relied on meds just to catch a wink before she rolled in with a hotshot lawyer and signed off on them. The kids went to her, and that's when Ricky started drowning his sorrows in booze until 3 years ago when he enrolled in law school on borrowed spirits. Everyone has a story. Mark finally understands Ricky and shares his secrets. Let me tell you. Someone stole his body, but he promised to keep it under wraps, and he even saw a plot twister on a show about it. Subtitle, that mafia grudge. Ricky promptly calls the police, boosting protection for his mom and brother. They're sending Mark back to the hospital, with the mob outside, planning to eliminate him for good. But they can't take him out right then, so they torch the trailer Mark's mom rented, sending a big ol' warning. Mom's stuttering, and after the fire, they are left with nothing. At least they've got the clothes Ricky brought. Ricky and his assistant get booted, and then the feds show up. Police whisk Mark away, and he's due in court tomorrow. Talk about frustrating yet hilarious. Mark's vulnerable mom can't protect him, but he has a trick. He grabs the cop's card, and Mom's thrilled. But she's at a loss even with all her strength. She can't help him. Mark's taken to the female detention center, and he's fuming, not wanting to head home anymore. He's livid. He doesn't want to go home, treated like a kid. When he steps into his room, Mark realizes the cops are just trying to protect him. The stay here isn't half bad. He discusses with his roomie about calling his mom just to check in. After Mark checks in, he calls a pizza place to order 20 giant pizzas delivered to the police station. As for the payment, he just throws out the officer's credit card number. Now that's Mark's epic revenge plan. And it's a far better deal than last time. Mom got in on this action. Hey, get ready for a taste. Cop's busy hunting for his credit card, and boom. 20 giant pizzas roll in. Ricky finds the judge fuming, turning every shade of green because the judge signed off on the detention agreement to protect. Ricky's blood is boiling. The judge tells him to stay objective here. After all, Mark's just a client. Ricky acknowledges he's a bit much, apologizing to the judge. Just never thought he'd be so reckless. In court, the judge boldly evicts the police and reporters to protect the boss' privacy. Cherum's crime scene, Mark's fingerprints are everywhere. The prosecution wants Mark to testify about all that would otherwise hell face obstruction of justice charges. If linked to suicide, it'll harm teens. Ricky just wants to protect Mark. Even if he's a witness, Mark's family must be safe. Now, the prosecution's questioning. Mark glances at Ricky, then the judge, saying, "I choose to invoke the Fifth Amendment. Under criminal procedure law, no one, whether accused or a witness, can be forced to provide self-incriminating evidence." That law became Mark's shield against testifying, leaving the prosecution scratching their heads. To keep Mark safe, he needs to stay detained. After court wraps up, a certain officer shows up. Even though the judge dealt with the reporters and officers, some kind detective learned the judge was ensuring Mark's safety. He'll be shipped back to juvie, and that info just a few bucks away. But come nightfall, chaos strikes. The officers find Mark on the floor, twitching just like his brother. Rushed to ER, he falls off the bed as the doc's distracted fates twist. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content.